I'm Charlotte Calvert, and I play Henry Blaine.
I'm Shelby Richardson, and I play Robert Blythe.
And how much did you have to alter your normal acting to play a guy?
To play a guy, mostly it was the voice. Firstly, it was the voice, and then I feel like the body language kind of came later for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it wasn't that hard, really. It was just a matter of getting used to it.
My character is a little bit of a fop, so I felt like I was actually a little bit more flouncy than I am as a lady. I'm a little bit more of a
So you were more effeminate
low-key lady. I was a little bit more effeminate most of the time.
as a man.
As a man than because of the period. It's very postured, and I'm a little bit like, as a lady, so...
Is that how you always wanted to act, as a lady, and felt free, or...?
You always have to act as a lady. You always have to act like a lady on stage, so it's kind of nice to not have the same confines around you.
And getting ready for this play is way more fun to get ready as a guy rather than a girl, because you don't have to do your hair too much, and like makeup is very minimal.
You don't have to like think about your eyebrows or your body hair. You can just like put a cravat on. It's really fun.
Yeah,
it's
or
really
like
fun.
being sweaty or anything. It's like,
yeah,
whatever, I'm a guy.
It's fine. Yeah, even if you're an effeminate guy, you can totally be sweaty. It's really fun.
Yeah,
you can be gross. It's really nice.
It's really nice.
Which sucks, but there really aren't any female roles. There were very few female roles where you're allowed to be that way. So
that's true.
Well, how much did you have to grow into the role from when you first started to when you performed it?
Honestly, I think a lot happened tonight.
On opening night.
At opening night, I feel like a lot of things fell into place for, I mean, at least speaking for myself, my character, I was like, oh, now I get my character, because there's, an audience, which informs, there's like a back and forth with the audience. You understand more what your character is in the show, just because there's witnesses. When you're doing it by yourself with these people, with nobody watching this show, it just is daunting a bit.
Yeah, it's really hard to do a funny show in the rehearsal room, which once you've been in it for 4 weeks turns into something of a vacuum. You've all heard the same jokes a million times. It gets a little bit less funny.
Yeah.
At certain points, so it's really hard
true.
to do a funny show in a rehearsal room. It's way easier to do a funny show in front of people. But.
Well, what's the funniest thing that was said in the back room that isn't in the play?
Yeah,
that isn't
I
in
think
the play.
that note that you got that was like...
Oh!
Some of the notes were really funny because we were going really
too
out
far.
there.
We would go too far in rehearsal. Like, there's a part in the play where Deborah's character is like, bye-bye, loose it is, and she makes like a toilet joke,
like a
and like
poop joke.
Lou, and I like put the cup once under her butt to be
Like
like
5
loose
times.
it is, and they're like, don't catch the poop in the cup.
The note was,
Don't do that.
catch the poop in the cup.
And they were like, you're right, that's too much, that's too far. I don't think it is, but
It was
it's
funny.
funny.
It took A.B. Rumini like a few times to say that too, like almost as if she wasn't sure if it was too far, but ultimately she decided, no, that's too much.
Yeah,
but at
don't
first
catch
she
the
was
poop
maybe
in the
like,
cup.
it's fine. Maybe she should catch the poop in the cup. Amy,
I
the
think that's
director.
a stage direction from Hamlet or Richard II.
Yeah, I
catches
believe.
poop in cup.
Yeah, that's the
Exactly.
real citation.
Yeah. Exit pursuit.
Okay, so why don't you say your names and what parts you played?
My name is Deb Berger. I play Finn, the Earl of Dorchester, and the Messenger.
I'm Suzanne Victoria Cross, and I play Sir Derek Lanley and Egbert the bartender.
And how do you feel that you grew into these roles?
Well, for me, we're the two characters that play multiple characters, so we sort of have to really work on differentiating each character, so every time we come on stage, it's not just based on, they're in a different costume, it's that they're a completely different character. So we sort of worked a lot on really making very strong, bold differences between each character, so the audience, it was very clear that the audience knew it was a new character.
And one thing that helped with that was that all our characters have different kind of statuses. And from Finn and the bartender, and also for me, this is the first time I ever did the accent before. We had an amazing dialect coach, Keenly. What's your last name? I don't know. Oh no, Keenly, we love you. And she was amazing. And from going from Cockney to going to like high nobility, and that also then once you have that language, it kind of takes over your body, and being able to make those kind of choices. Yeah.
When you go to sleep at night, what character do you dream of?
Well, first, I was really, to be completely divulged here, I was nervous more about the bartender. Just butch and strong, and this really manly character with a Cockney accent, which is kind of tricky. It was tricky for me. So I worked on him so much, and then later on, I'm like, wait, there's this other character. There's this Langley guy who is just supposed to be smart and put together. So I'd have Langley in my head when I'd go to bed, and sometimes I'd also have my iPod on, hearing Keenly say my lines to me so I could speak them properly. And so that was probably the character that I would dream about.
I guess if I had to pick one that's near and dear to my heart, it's the messenger, because he's just so naive and he just wants to do the best for the king, but also has such a crush on Isabel that he will do anything for her, including duel her. So spoiler alert. So yeah, that's who I would dream about.
Did you have to concentrate on being men? That is, how difficult was that? How much more of an acting experience was that?
Actually, for me, and especially working with Amy really early on, said that we are women who then are playing men. That we're not changing our voices, we're not doing anything. It all should be in our physicality and in our characters. And once you really know their intention, like for Egbert the bartender, what he wants, these two strange men walk in, kind of thinking maybe they're better than the place, and really defending his turf, his bar. Once you really know the intention of the character, it kind of took over my body. I didn't really think about being a man. I thought about being Egbert the bartender, defending my stuff, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with all that. You sort of put your center in a different place than if you were playing a woman, or being yourself, or however that goes, and the costumes really help with that. They're very structured. They're suits. They're, you feel very manly in them.
Yes.
They're kind of nice. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, without giving away any spoilers or anything, what do you think you would like the audience to take away from this play?
That's a big question.
It's a huge question.
I just hope they laugh. I hope they have a good time. It's very entertaining. It's silly comedy. It's hilarious. I hope that they just laugh and get to escape life for a second and just enjoy some crazy fun without giving away any spoilers.
Absolutely, I agree with that. But also having the audience be able to have that freedom to laugh. There are some things that maybe sometimes in everyday life would be hard to laugh at, and in this situation we give you the freedom to be able to laugh. And we're talking about nobility, we're talking about what it is to be a man, and we're talking about all these the status that we have in this country and the labels we put on these things. And actually in this space we can laugh at that.
It pokes fun at all walks of life, all different kinds of characters. So you see yourself in it, you see other people in it, and it makes you laugh.
Any last words, anything that you've always wanted to say and now want to have the chance to say it?
No, that's a lot of pressure. That's what I'll say. That's a lot of pressure.
We asked the tough questions.
Yeah.
I like it. Thank
Okay,
you.
well,
Just come have fun.
Yeah.
Please come see us.
great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Susie. I play Gavin.
I'm Chase, and I play Isabel.
And how did you happen to get these parts?
Oh, well, I auditioned actually for Amy.
I did as well.
Do you enjoy the roles?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think Gavin's really fun. I like playing Gavin a lot.
So, you like playing the guy, or a guy?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like Gavin's character, as a person. I think he's really great and kind of funny and a little quirky and kind of needy. And I don't know, it's just, I like his character.
Is it something you've done before?
I haven't done a play without music in it, without singing, in 5 years. But yeah, I've done it before. I haven't played a man before, I guess, but...
Okay, what about you? How did you get your start in all this?
And all this?
Yeah.
The same way, auditioning. Yeah. But I have played a woman before.
You have.
I feel
You
like
look kind of experienced.
I feel like I play more women than I play men. Usually.
Do you enjoy doing that?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. It's like a little niche. People know I can do it.
And you play the woman pretty broadly. Feel part of the
Yeah.
expression.
Yeah.
Hey, what has been the experience of being in The Coward?
Oh, that's a really good question. I guess it's been a lot of teamwork and camaraderie, and just kind of like putting all the pieces of a puzzle together in a way.
Okay. If there's any one thing you'd like the audience to take away from this play, what would it be?
Don't duel.
Yeah, actually, it has a lot to do with guns, I think. I think
Yeah.
that's the most topical thing right now.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amy Romany. I'm the director of The Coward and one of the artistic directors of Walking Shadow Theater Company.
And what prompted you to do The Coward?
This was a script suggested to us by a young friend of ours who had read some other things by the playwright, and I requested a bunch of scripts in the playwright and read through them all. There's one about medieval plastic surgery, one about a chimpanzee played by a human, and this is the one that jumped out at me. We looked at doing it last year, but it's with 8 roles for men and 1 role for a woman. We thought the gender balance was a bit off, so we didn't do it until we realized it's actually funnier if we flip it over, and it adds a whole new level. So we flipped it and gave 8 roles to the women and 1 role to a very beautiful man.
And how did the author feel when you told him you were going to do that?
We asked his permission before we even did it. He said, give it a table read, let me know how it sounds. We wrote back that we thought it sounded hilarious and we liked it. And he said, sure, just go for it. And we haven't, given him the status report on how it's worked out yet, but look forward to sending him an email and saying it's working out like gangbusters for us.
Well, how does it feel to do a play about what it means to be a man primarily played by women?
Oh, I think it's great. Years ago, I saw a show at Theatre de la Junelune called Honeymoon China, and at some point there were multiple characters on stage standing around bitching about men and saying how one of them had done them wrong and how men were just terrible, and I realized that every single character was a man in drag, and that is the strongest memory I have of that play, and it resonated with me, and it fits in really well with this. It adds 1 level of spoof to a show that's already pretty spoofy already, so.
Well, what was your biggest challenge in presenting it?
There were some technical challenges to it. For the most part, it's just a lot of witty, fast language that goes fast, and so we're drilling lines left and right, and they're still, in the dressing room nightly, running them as fast as they can just to get it all in, so.
What question do you get asked the most that you would like to answer now so that no one asks it again?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Is there anything you'd like to say that you've never been able to say before?
No, I'm really happy to be doing a comedy right now. It's fantastic to be able to do a comedy in February and end our season on something rollicking and kind of stupid. And I love kind of stupid. So, really intelligent stupid. So, that's what I'm having fun with. So,
how was this season for Walking Shadow?
it was a really good, strong season for us. We've done really strong attendance. We had great audiences. I think we had great shows. It sounds a little smug to say it, but it's going from serious to seriouser to absolutely ridiculous. And it's nice, round off and call it a season and plan for the next one. It's a fast back-to-back season. So
Terrific.
Bye.
Hey.